a six-pack. Heavy metal over a six-pack.
Give me a beer. All right, so as of right now, we own everything we just said.
Yeah, it tends to be how we started.
Quick intro. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Heavy Metal Over a Six-Pack podcast and the return of our Maiden of Metal segment that we are restarting here in the fabulous 2023. We're actually very excited. We've had a focus on like bringing in the front person for this segment, but like having somebody that's actually on like the back line of the stage today. Eleni from Ankor.
Good job. Good job. You did good.
I was so nervous. we just talked about it 2 minutes ago, and I'm gonna get it wrong. But Eleni, welcome officially. Thank you for joining us on the show.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
So, brief research for everybody on our listening audience. Probably one of the hardest working musicians that I've ever had the pleasure of researching. Like prior to. I guess as a start, I mean, we all know what 2020 and 2021 did to everybody with the situation with COVID and pretty much kind of stopped the world, especially in the music industry, not being able to get out there live. But Ankor came out swinging with a pile of singles, including the latest one, Prisoner, which is going to be on the upcoming album coming in spring of 2023, I believe it was.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell us how that period was for you guys, because it doesn't seem like it sounds like you guys had to do the stop and the pause like the rest of us, but you came out swinging. So, I mean, it seemed like a working period for you.
Well, actually, I joined Ankor pretty recently in September of 2022. So during the COVID period, I wasn't a part of the band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but from what I know, they stopped releasing new music for 2 years just to prepare extra stuff and get better at their crafts. But I was part of another metal band called Nervosa. I don't know if you know them.
Mm-hmm.
So I pretty much spent the whole quarantine and also 2022 with Nervosa until August of 2022. So a lot of touring with them and a new album with them. And I joined Ankor now, and this single, Prisoner, is the first song we did together as a group.
And it's a very good song. It's on my playlist, so it's good. I like it.
Glad you like it.
It's fun. It's definitely. It's so. I mean, I listened to the album kind of prior to as well, which I know you're not part of, but like there's such a diversity, and like even like just one song, it goes like hard and fast, and then it's like nice and quiet and pretty, and it's so, if you use the word again, versatile. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it has a lot of diversity. I think someone called it a very bipolar song because it has all the different moods. Yeah,
no, for sure, 100%. So my question, obviously coming from Nervosa, I imagine it's a lot different music-wise, because Nervosa is a lot more intense, right?
Yeah, it's thrash death metal. So
right.
Yeah, the music style is quite different.
So it must be neat to kind of be able to kind of go in a different direction a little bit, right? I feel.
It's nice. It's like going back to my roots actually, because I mostly listen to metalcore, alternative metal, new metal, these types of music.
Okay.
And I never played extreme thrash metal before joining Nervosa, so Nervosa was kind of new to me, and I have to improve some stuff to be able to adapt to the band.
Sure.
But with Ankor, it's like being more in my comfort zone, if I can say something like that.
Okay, yeah, well, that makes sense. So you, if I'm correct, going by now I'm a drummer myself, so I use, and I never know if I pronounce this, is it paste or is it paste?
Actually, it's Paisti.
Oh, so I'm way off.
A
Paisti.
German guy told me because I
Oh,
used
okay.
to call it wrong. I think I was calling it Paiste or something like that.
Okay.
But a German guy, because Paiste is a German brand,
Sure.
he told me it's pronounced Paiste.
Okay. All right. Well, now let's see. We learned something every new. So going by the small biography that I read, so you started pretty young with your drumming, right?
Yeah, at the age of 12. Yeah, Slipknot did that to me.
Slipknot.
Slipknot, George Jordison. Yeah, that's fair.
You were able to get by the keg with the baseball bat, go right to the actual instrument.
Yeah.
Actually, I think my first drum set was my bicycle seat. I was using it as a practice pad
Kinda
until
hitting
they
stuff
got
with
me
it.
an actual kit. Yeah.
That's cool. So once starting that, has that kind of been your focus since? Has that always been what you've wanted to push for?
Well, when I started, I mostly did it as a joke, something fun, because I really got into Slipknot and I saw Joey Jordison like he was a god. But I wasn't super committed. I wasn't that much into being a musician.
Mhm.
I don't come from a family of musicians, so
Sure.
it wasn't something very common for us.
Right.
So I wasn't really practicing. I was mostly playing PlayStation, to be honest.
Okay, that's fair.
And I was just hitting my drum kit once in a while. But growing up, I got even more into music. I started forming bands in high school, and I got so in love with it that I pretty much lost interest for anything else.
Mhm.
And it was like a one-way road for me because I didn't even like school or doing something more prestigious, let's say.
Sure.
If it's not a very correct word, but it's what the world thinks that it's more prestigious. Other jobs are more prestigious.
Right.
Fuck them, but you know. Yeah, and I only cared about music, so I decided this is it for me, and then I started working like crazy to achieve it.
Okay, that's very nice. So it's cool that you've been committed to the one thing.
At one point in your life, would you say that actually changed? Like your focus would be like, this is it. This is what we're going to do now. And because I mean,
Uh,
your resume is impressive, like with the education. And I mean, I'm even seeing on your Instagram, I can sign up for lessons over Skype.
That's true. Yep. At around 16 years old, because I was close to finishing school, and I had to apply for university, and I had to start choosing something. And I was only listening to music all day and playing with high school bands, and only caring about that. So I thought, if I'm gonna do something with my life, that's it. And drums had a way of making me feel more free,
Mhm.
and powerful and strong. So I said, that's my time. But if I'm gonna do it, I have to be serious about it. So no more PlayStation and bullshit like that. And now it's time to work. And I started working my ass off. Like, even in school days, I was playing 4 hours per day. So
Mhm. No, it shows for sure.
thanks. And after that, yeah, I went to music school to get a degree, and I did a lot of freelance just to get my name out there in a way.
Early on in your life as a drummer, and especially a female drummer, how do you feel you were received by the public,
sorry,
by other bandmates?
you said early on.
Yeah, like early in your life when you first started
Mm.
forming bands, like how would you feel you were received as a female drummer, or like from the scene or anywhere that you played out? Or
Oh, in the beginning, especially, it was terrible because it was 15 years ago. If like, now we're kind of more progressed as a
Mhm.
society, but 15 years ago it was even worse. I was a kid, a very small kid, and even in stature, I was always very small. So I didn't have the build to be a drummer. And I grew up in a small society, not in the capital of Greece that I live now. So it was so uncommon that people were just laughing at me. When I got up on stage, they just laughed in my face. So not very fun. And even, bands, they didn't accept me. I had to show them videos of me playing so they could accept me. When I said I can play the drums, they just laughed. They needed some proof.
Yeah, that's too bad though.
I give you a lot of credit because being in an atmosphere like that, I mean, it would be very easy to walk away and say,
Right.
okay, well, I don't want to deal with this. Like, I can't handle this and and give it up. But I give you a lot of credit for sticking with it and, kind of proving with your actual talent. It's like, yeah, I belong here.
It's just I'm very stubborn in everything, not just in
Not a bad
drums.
thing.
So when you tell me I can't do something, I get so pissed off that I have to do it.
I mean, it's not a bad mentality to have. But I mean, look what
Oh,
it's brought
that's
you,
true.
you know?
That's true.
If I may ask, how actually tall are you?
The
The reason why I asked, just so you know, I'm looking at your second picture on your Instagram right here. And like, it looks like you're about the size of the symbol.
Well, pretty much, yeah. For European measurements, I'm 150. So I think for yours, it's 4'11". 4'11" for US, if I'm correct.
You are a tiny person.
I know. I'm being reminded of it every day. Everybody tells me that.
You must
Yeah.
ninja your way around your drum kit. That's awesome.
That's why I play in a small drum kit. I hate big drum kits because
Yeah.
of that. Yeah.
And again, I mean, no disrespect. I'm not picking on you whatsoever. I think it's awesome, actually.
Oh no. I see myself in the mirror every day. I know I'm super short, but it's funny, so it's okay. And I fit in small places
Exactly.
while nobody else can, so it's okay.
You made a point that just kind of not to be a downer in a serious question. You made a point that like we've actually come a long way, like progressively as like society, and like female members obviously in metal bands. At one point, it used to be like a niche thing. It's like oh, you're doing this so you can grab attention, or like you want to be that one different. Does it ever get to a point in like your professional career? Because obviously you've experienced success, both of your bands. I mean, the band that you, with Ankor that now that you're playing with obviously has had success with their 4 previous albums and one on the way. Nervosa, you've had success. Does it get to a point in like the metal community that you just want to be accepted as a member of the metal community and you want to lose like the female aspect of it? It's like we're all here as like one. Like not necessarily because I'm here as a female member and you're here as whatever the typical male member would be. Like what are your feelings on that?
At least for me personally, I would love to just be the same, not being treated differently. I don't care about being, like I don't care about receiving more attention because of my gender.
Sure.
Or being treated in a special way. I would prefer to be treated as the tall, big guy that plays drums in the other band. So
Right, exactly.
my life would be easier, and equality is nice. So
Absolutely.
I don't care about like female drummer. Let's check her out. I want to be checked out if I play well. If somebody likes my drumming, cool. If he doesn't or she doesn't, cool as well. I don't care.
Right. No, absolutely. You want to be known for the music, not the person behind it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive me for not knowing my history. Are you and Nervosa still involved?
No. I left Nervosa in August. Yeah, this of 2022.
Just realigning my timeline. I was embarrassed by my first question.
So Ankor is the only like one at the moment. Is that kind of where everything's focused, or?
It's the only band I'm a permanent member of. Apart from that, I just do session work. Like I play with bands to cover for a show or two, but just that.
Okay, yeah, because I think it's the session drummer, right? Is that the idea?
Gigs, recordings, and stuff like that. Yeah, but Ankor is the only band I play in officially.
Cool.
For you personally, I know you mentioned Slipknot. It was a heavy influence on you. Is there any other musical influences that you would highlight that you would say has driven you throughout your career?
You mean drummers or just music in general?
Just music in general.
Like for drummers, I would say Daniel Erlandsson of Arch Enemy, Luke Holland, like more these more modern drummers like Luke Holland, Arjen Kimbrota, Bart Kolstad of Leprous, all these guys. And musical in general, the bands I grew up with, let's say, made me who I am today in a way, are Slipknot, Nightwish, Epica, Arch Enemy, and a lot of soundtrack music, like the Lord of the Rings soundtrack,
Okay, that's cool.
the Black Panther soundtrack that is full of percussion. This played a huge role on my influences.
That's cool. Yeah, very neat.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Definitely unique, and which is cool. I mean, it's nice. The soundtracks never get the love I feel like they deserve sometimes, so it's cool that you've taken from those.
They're cool because normally they have a lot of percussion, so it's a
Yeah.
nice source of inspiration to
Sure.
think of how to compose in different ways.
Absolutely.
Have you always been a metal fan?
I think I was more of a metalhead than I am now, in a way. Like when I was a kid, I was such a diehard metalhead. I would always wear band t-shirts with logos, and I would even put corpse paint, in Halloween and stuff like that. I still love metal, of course, and metal will be always my favorite music. But growing up, I started listening also to other stuff, like more pop, R&B, and everything. But as a kid, it was only metal. If it's not metal, it's not good. So I think I was a super diehard metalhead as a kid.
You got to evolve a little bit, though.
Oh, yeah.
Find the different genres.
Speaking of different genres, and I'm sure you're well aware of Ankor's vast cover library, like of the cover songs that they do.
Yeah.
Have you been a part of any of those?
No, not yet. And we
Okay.
haven't recorded any yet, but they're probably in a future version.
You said yet though. So then what are we working on?
Well, we haven't.
We won't tell
yet.
anybody other than everyone.
Actually, there's nothing to tell yet. We haven't worked on that yet, but definitely something's gonna come in the near future.
Because one of the questions I was also going to ask, and obviously this would just be, I guess, an opinion of yours, like with their vast library of covers. I mean, they cover a broad spectrum of music, whether it be rap and even as much like down to Bohemian Rhapsody and like Linkin Park and like all. How does a cover song get selected?
I haven't actually discussed this with the guys, but I think in general it depends on if everybody in the band likes a song, if it's trending because it helps. It's about the business as well, and fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know, but it has to be the song has to have some kind of trend around it, and if it makes a good metal cover, I guess.
So let me rephrase the question this way then. If you were to bring a song to them that you would say, we should do a metal cover of this, like what would be like a song selection of yours that you would present to them?
Oh shit.
Like maybe it's like I had this song on and I actually put like a little drum track to it, and like we can actually I think we could have some fun with this.
Definitely Katy Perry. I love Katy Perry, and I think she makes very good metal covers, very good breakdowns.
She actually does. So I agree with that. Like I agree with that quite much.
Yeah, Dark Horse or E.T. or whatever. She has very good songs. Lady Gaga for sure works perfectly for this kinds of stuff.
That would be
I love just one song by Miley Cyrus, the Midnight Sky. So that would make also a very nice cover.
Cool.
And Arctic Monkeys. That's it.
Okay,
I could see that for sure.
Have you heard Miley Cyrus's rock song?
No, actually, I don't follow her in general, so no. It's good?
No.
That's okay.
No.
Stick to what you know. I guess.
That's just one person's opinion, however.
Right.
So, now, obviously, when we do these segments, we try to actually like personally go like towards the like more of you as like a profile as like an artist, and not focus too much on like the band stuff. So like, we have an array of like odd questions that like we like to ask all of our interviewees. So we'll get that into a couple of moments. But sticking with the band questions, it looks like you played some. You've had the opportunity to play some pretty impressive shows, be a part of like festivals. again, I'm sorry, there's a small hole in my research. Have you ever been able to play in the United States?
Yeah, I did 5-week tour in North America, including US and Canada, with Nervosa supporting Distraction.
Perfect. So my first question would be a North American crowd versus a European crowd.
Ooh,
Like what?
okay.
Like what would be the? How would you describe the differences? And I don't want you don't need to identify a favorite, but like what would be the differences between the scenes?
Actually, it's about its country. For example, there are European countries, like more in the north, that the crowd is a bit more reserved, not only compared to the US and Canada, but also compared to the southern European countries. So in the north, the crowd is more reserved in general, but they show their support in other ways. They are always there for the meet and greet and everything. So they are very invested in the show. But I think it's their culture to be more reserved while they observe the show.
Sure.
While Southern European countries are exactly the same as North American crowds, like Spain, Portugal, Greece, also where I live. People are fucking crazy in the show. They're super crazy. But that applies also to Canada. We played in Toronto and Montreal. People were nuts. It was amazing. And in many US places too, like I remember San Diego and San Francisco, Los Angeles, New York, and many other places, the crowds were nuts. So it has to do with the culture of each place. I saw in the US also places that the crowd was more reserved, but the majority, they were very enthusiastic and almost crazy, but in a good way.
What atmosphere would you say gives you more energy? Like, is it the crazy, like heavy involved crowd, or the people that are invested that you know for a fact they're going to be lined up at your table like after your set?
Both. I think equal energy with both. My only thing is when the crowd is super crazy, I tend to forget what I play because I'm so focused on the crowd that's doing crazy stuff that sometimes I'm like, where am I in the song? What are we playing? I almost forget stuff because I see people jumping around, falling from, hanging from the ceiling or something, trying to climb on the stage. Super crazy stuff.
That's funny.
Another question I had, and I've actually always wanted to ask of a band that was based out of like Europe or other parts of the world. English is obviously not your first language, I'm guessing.
No, Greek.
And for the most part, I would say most of the folks in Europe, English would not be their first language. Why do you think the reason is that like most music actually comes out mainly in English? Because I mean, there are bands like Rammstein that have kept with like German, and they've been able to be a worldwide success. So why so it's actually a two-part question. Why do they always seem to be based in English, and like how do the European countries actually kind of like relate to that, like as a fan?
First of all, I think English works perfectly as a language with its structure, the way it sounds and everything. It's very easy to make it sound melodic, aggressive, whatever you want. So It's a very easy language to handle. For example, German, Rammstein made it their brand and it's amazing, but it's like the way of their songs that make German work for them. If it was faster music, maybe German wouldn't work so well or something. For example, Spanish is very similar to English, so I think Spanish would work equally as good. Let's say Greek would be probably hilarious. I wouldn't want to listen to Greek lyrics in metal. It would probably never work very well. But yeah, I think it's how easy English is to adapt to any music and how the European crowds accept it. I think they accept it. For example, here in Greece, nobody would ever listen to metal with Greek lyrics. I think everybody would laugh because it wouldn't sound good. Even if it's our language, we would just accept that it doesn't sound good. The language doesn't work for it. So
It makes a lot of sense.
It does, yeah, I know.
I never thought of it in that, which is why I'm so glad I asked finally.
Yeah.
All these silly things that I think of that I never get to like. It's like, hey, there's a European artist right in front of you. Like, ask the question.
That's cool though. That makes sense. Yeah, 100%. So me and Marcus actually kind of picked up. So when you played, can you read sheet music?
yeah.
That's impressive.
I
'cause a
normally
lot
do
of
that
people-
for my session gigs.
Okay.
I
'cause
have, the memory of a goldfish. So reading really helps when you have to learn long set list
no, that
last
makes
minute. So
total sense. It's such. I mean, from at least people that we've met and whatnot, the sheet music thing is very uncommon. So it's cool to see somebody actually utilize that.
I keep referring back to your awesome Instagram account. There was a video that was actually fixated on where like you were obviously doing like a recording session and like your whole person was like just going all over like that you were just ninjaing around, but you were glued to that sheet that was like on your left. And I was like, oh my God. Like two things. One, that's impressive. Two, that sheet must look insane. Like with all the actual.
yeah, people tell me that. It's years of practice to do that. At first, I was
Yeah.
just dropping sticks and playing all the wrong stuff. But now it's pretty easy to do. It's like a matter of habit.
That's awesome. Though.
So you can read the matrix. So if you saw the code actually come down the screen, you would be able to like identify what that is telling you.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I've done worse. So yeah.
That's funny.
Be an interesting drum beat. Have you watched The Matrix and just put a drum track to it?
I'm sure you could.
That would be awesome, actually.
Yeah, right. So I noticed it says you worked on a few Greek TV talk shows. I imagine it's kind of like a
I
session
used
drummer,
to.
right?
Yeah, I haven't done it in the last 2 years because I was
Okay.
mostly on tour, but
Sure.
yeah, I did that. It was cool. Not my favorite job compared to others, but it was cool.
It's neat. It's definitely different.
Cool.
Yeah, different world completely from metal.
I would imagine.
If you were to do anything other than music right now, what do you think you're oh,
No, that's fine.
bear with us 1 second.
That's fine. We should be able to do it.
Yeah, it's like more than two people that you would have to.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's why. Yeah,
figure it
I think we're fine.
We think-
Zoom's yelling at us.
we
Oh,
think that-
the 40-minute limit.
Yeah, but I guess
Oh, yeah,
that's for,
I use Zoom for lessons, so I know it happens.
gotcha. Yeah,
It's about 40 minutes, right? But
probably.
anyway, to repeat I'll start over with my question. If you were doing anything other than music right now, what do you think your chosen profession would be?
Shit, probably something with movies. I thought of that as a teenager if music didn't work out. Like I work in the movie industry somehow as a
In
filmmaker.
front of the camera or behind the camera?
Behind the camera. I hate acting or the idea of acting, and I'm probably terrible at it. But I would love to, write scripts or work with the camera, stuff like that. I used to experiment with cameras as a kid, so
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
All right, we try to have a little bit of fun with these interviews. So like for you personally, like we have a segment we call 6 questions, not necessarily about your music.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll ask you a whole bit.
It will be fun.
The whole idea, yeah, just have some fun with it, or tell us that that's a stupid question. You guys are dumb. I'm not answering that. But it gives our listening audience an opportunity to learn who you are as a person.
Mm-hmm.
I think an easy one to start off with, a softball. If you were able to have any superhero power, what would you have and why?
Ooh. Read minds.
Ooh.
That's a new
Yeah.
one. For us. That's a new one.
Because I
Yeah.
always wonder what people think, and sometimes, if I knew the actual thoughts of people, I would solve many problems in my life. So this
I mean,
would be a
that's
really
fair,
cool
yeah.
superpower. Yeah,
Okay.
a bit intrusive, but we're speaking hypothetically, so who cares?
Right. Yeah.
right, question 2. Good answer, by the way. Very interesting. Question 2. If you are at a grocery store or market and you have your cart and you load all of your product into your vehicle, do you bring the cart to the corral, back to the store, or do you leave it in the space next to your car and off you go?
Actually, I do. I take it back in the store.
Well, fully committed.
We have the most noble musicians
do.
in the world on this show.
I think it was like
everybody.
Actually, I was in the supermarket before this podcast, and I did that. I went back in the store.
Cool.
So yeah.
All right, follow-up question. Question 2B. If you happen to see another person not bring their cart back, do you say anything to them, or do you just give them a cursory glance?
I just look at them weird, but I don't say anything. I think I hate fights, so I try to avoid them at any cost.
Okay, that takes off one of my questions then.
Okay.
Can't do the Fight Club question.
That's
She doesn't
fine.
like the fight.
It's okay. We got other ones.
Do you have one in mind by any chance?
Kind of, sort of. But it's the long one. The one with the witch. I'm going to roll that one.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's good.
Is that one? You do. You do better than I do.
I do it better than
Yep.
you do. All right. You have to use your imagination for this one. I'm gonna kind of set a scene for you. Now, this is for any piece of music that you will ever hear for the rest of your days. You're walking down the street, an evil witch bumps into you. She gets upset. She casts an evil spell on you. From here on out, when you listen to any music, you are not going to be able to hear one element of it, either the drums, the guitar or strings, or the vocals. What would you be able to go the rest of your days without ever hearing again?
The drums. Because I could imagine what I would like to be played at least.
That's a neat way to think of it, but yeah. Just
But with
hitting
the other
nothing.
instruments, I wouldn't create something cool in my head if the vocals were missing. I would just listen to instrumental music for my whole life. Sorry.
That's a fair. You're gonna make your own drums, essentially. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but you can't hear them. This is the point of the game. You can't hear them.
But you can hear them in your head. That's what I'm trying to get.
Exactly.
Just trying to get.
No,
at.
you can't.
You can't
They're
hear them in
not
your head.
No, they're not there.
Oh, what do you mean?
They're gone. They don't exist anymore.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
But another noble musician that acts as their portion of it.
Most people, actually, most lead singers remove the vocals.
Yeah,
which
they
is
never
very
want to hear themselves again.
Okay.
I get it. I hate hearing my drums. So yeah.
All right, question 4. Let's say you're on death row and you get a final meal. What would your final meal be? You can have anything you want in any quantity you want.
Okay. A veg burger with sweet potato fries, lots and lots and lots of ketchup, and peanut butter and chocolate milkshake.
Peanut
Okay.
butter and chocolate milkshake.
I'm on board. I like my peanut butter. Yeah, I'm sold.
All right.
Perfect.
How many questions was that?
5. You got one more.
You got one more?
One more.
All right, if you could set up this question is kind of about your music. If you could set up like an amazing like world tour for yourself, you could be the opener, the headliner, anything else. It could be from anybody at any point in time in history. Let's say 4 or 5 bands. Like, who would you go on a massive world tour with?
Oh wow. Bring Me the Horizon.
Okay.
Architects. Silent Planet. Corn.
Okay.
Ankor. So it makes
Yeah.
5 bands. Probably Corn would be the headliners, I guess. And then right after Bring the Horizon, I guess it goes with the how famous each band is. But yeah, this is like the theme.
Awesome.
I like it.
A band like Korn, who has such a vast, like, they've just been around like
Forever.
pretty much my lifetime, and I'm old as dirt. What's your favorite album from Korn?
Issues, I would say.
Okay.
All right, so old school.
Yeah, nice. Cool.
What do you
Oh
think?
yeah,
of
I'm an old school fan. I've been listening to them, I think, since I was 10 or something. So I think I prefer the old school era.
How does a 10-year-old get a hold of corn?
YouTube existed, so I got introduced to Slipknot by a friend in school, and then Korn popped up in the suggested YouTube videos.
Okay.
So you had the coolest parents in the world, because like when I was 10 years old, I think my parents were still trying to make me watch Barney.
Well,
probably.
my mom was making me watch the Smurfs, but I had cool classmates, so I think they saved my
Okay.
life.
Even it out.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So other 10-year-olds' parents were cool.
Yeah.
Yours were run of the mill like the rest of ours.
I think we got 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
That's what it says.
Oh my god. Thank you so much for the time. This was fun, Eleni.
Thank you for having me. It was so cool.
Anything we can plug for you? Anything coming up, or anywhere we should tell our folks to go find you? Or the best places, I should say, to go find you? I know you're all over the place.
For social media, Instagram and YouTube, it's Eleni Nota drums. And you get it would be cool if you could listen to the new Ankor single called Prisoner. Maybe you will like it, maybe
Yeah,
not.
definitely do
But
that.
still, you could check it out. And yeah, that's it.
We can't wait for the album. The direction of Prisoner is wicked cool compared to like the previous Encore catalog. So
Absolutely.
look forward to the album in 2023.
Sure.
Thank you. And yeah, so look, stay tuned for the album because it's gonna come in the following months. We don't have any tour dates announced, but probably they're gonna be announced soon.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely keep it in mind.
Sounds good. Thank you so much again. Have a
you.
great day. Thank you for
Thank you for
spending the
having
time.
me. Thank you. It was
Thank
super
you.
fun. Thank you guys. Bye bye.
Take care.
You too.
That is the end of this episode. Thank you for tuning in to another exciting episode of Heavy Metal Over a Six Pack Podcast. Marcus, Dave,